Is it also a coincidence that you love Colter Wall because his name is Wall and you're from an outlet?
You son of a bitch.
I didn't mean to offend if that was offensive. I just thought it was funny and maybe coincidental. I didn't know, or if that was just a good way to lead into a joke.
That's why I like it.
Yeah,
We also like Pink Floyd's The Wall movie.
I like that.
And we we like the electric slide. That's how we actually walk.
That
Boogie Woogie.
so you boogie woogie. So you guys don't actually while you do the electric slide
Just
everywhere.
constantly 100%.
Okay.
As you've noticed, since you've seen him only do that for 4 years.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why I'm so good at disco.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the stupidest podcast with Justin. Ready! It's the stupidest podcast with Justin. Ready! It's the stupidest podcast and podcast stupid and podcast and stupid. Justin is stupid and podcast. Yeah! Let's start the show!
Welcome back to the stupidest podcast. This is Justin Rademacher, and with me today is no one. I'm the only host. I'm the only host on today, but I do have very special guests here today. I have The Outlet. Welcome, The Outlet.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
So we have you guys here. We're going to learn a little bit about you guys. We are actually here in Arizona. Obviously, you guys actually, this is our very first video podcast. So you guys actually get to see what we look like when we're doing the podcast. You get to see The Outlet. You get to see QB. Is that what you are called? Is that QB?
That's what we are.
You are? Okay. So are you guys like, I guess, how is that? Are you guys each known as QB, or do you guys each have individual names?
Well, I guess this is the first time we've been on an interview. But it's like if we called you Human.
Okay.
Hey, Human Roddy.
I didn't mean to offend you. I
Nope.
do apologize.
No, that's okay. Since we decided to come out here, we knew it'd be a big learning curve, but we're just happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you guys on. Thanks for being on the podcast. This is going to be a lot of fun for me, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun as well. So, otherwise, since we are in Arizona, we're having a lot of fun here in Arizona. Where are you guys from then? Are you guys from here? Are you guys where are you guys from?
Well, now that we're here on Earth, two of us are from Minnesota, and then W1 over there is from Utah.
Okay, there you go. That isn't necessarily any of the questions. We're going to get into questions here in a little. Actually, are you guys ready to just learn about your? We want to learn about you. So I just want to see if you guys are ready to answer questions about QB, and then we like to get to know you for an hour, and then we'll do a question about all of your music, because you guys are musicians. You guys are a band, the band called The Outlet. So that'll be our topic hour, and in between we usually have you guys ask questions about our podcast, about us, or anything like that. So does that sound good to you guys?
Sounds good to us.
We're going to get started then.
I got something for you real quick, though. So
Yeah.
you said this is your first video podcast, because I am a follower of the Stupidest Podcast, and
Yeah.
obviously you guys don't do video. We are doing this video podcast because The Outlet does have a YouTube channel. So we're going to be putting this video. If you're listening to this right now, as a Stupidest Podcast listener, and you want to see us, or even more fun, if you want to see Roddy, because you've never seen Roddy before, go to The Outlet's YouTube page, and you'll see this podcast. And then vice versa. If you're here because you're a fan of us, but you want to listen to the Stupidest Podcast, go to your favorite streaming sites for podcasts.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. We'll also do all the plugs at the end as well. Check out The Outlet. Check out the videos. Check out everything on all of the socials. It's a good time to watch and listen, and it's a lot of fun. So, well, perfect. We're going to get into this. So, what is, or who are QB?
Do you want me to take it? You guys can fill in any blanks I might miss.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yes.
So we've been around for as long as humans have had electricity. You guys just didn't know it. We live within the walls of your homes and your apartments and your businesses, and that's how it's always been. The humans accidentally created us when they started putting the electrical network together, and we just live in there. And honestly, it's not much different than here. If you're from South Dakota and you have wall outlets, then there's QBs that are South Dakotans. Know what I'm saying? We are musicians inside of there, and we are the first ones to ever come out to planet Earth, and it's because we want to try being musicians here.
The music is different here than there, although it might be very similar. And as D1 said, we are, in a way, created by you, but not because electricity was before you. However, that was different, and you guys gave us a home, and now we live in that home. However, we came here for a new home.
Just the three of us, though.
So, do you guys plan on going back to the outlet to grab more QB to come out, or how? I guess how does that work?
No. They aren't too happy that we left either.
Oh, okay.
Not at
really
all.
supposed to be here anyway.
No. So we're pretty much not wanting to go back in because they'll keep us there.
Okay, so once you go back, they're gonna. Do you guys think you would be imprisoned for when you go back?
Well,
As you would see it, yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So how and when did QB come into existence? Whether that be in your world or in our world. Like, are you born or are you created? Are you guys like, do you come from eggs, or I guess I don't know like how that works. How are QBs brought into existence?
Almost identical to humans, man.
Okay.
I mean, our whole world is kind of heavily influenced by the humans, since all of our information came from the constructs that the humans created.
Mm-hmm.
Even our bodies look like human bodies, even inside the wall, bro. But our heads look like this.
Okay. So in your world, like, do you guys have a world that's similar to ours, or is it completely different?
Similar.
Similar. Okay. So like, you guys have volcanoes and oceans and all that stuff within
Cars,
your world.
Trains, planes,
Automobiles.
everything.
Okay.
When something is created in this world, it is created in that world as well.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
And it's the exact same, or is there any variance on it? Like, do your cars have different anything? Like, you guys have different heads. Like,
Well, our cars fit our heads better.
okay.
I
So-
tried getting in a human Cybertruck today, and I kept bumping my head.
My head almost came off.
I apologize for laughing. I don't mean to.
Oh no, we knew
Mhm.
this was something we knew going into it.
Okay.
Like, this isn't QB world.
So you guys obviously know that this world wasn't built for you, but you guys are able to adapt to it.
Yeah, we wanted to come here to make music though.
Yeah.
So, also, it'd be like you figuring out a way to get to Mars before your other humans did.
Yep.
You probably would do it.
Yeah.
Especially if there was a lucrative music scene on Mars. Well, for your case, a lucrative
Yes.
comedy scene.
Thank you. I was gonna say, if there was a lucrative music, I don't think I'd make it in Mars. If I had to go based off my music ability, I wouldn't make it.
Or your comedy ability.
That was a good one, QB. One for QB, none for Roddy. I'll take that.
And you can just call me D.
D. I'm sorry. D. I'll call you D. And then what do I call you guys?
I'm W2.
W2.
I should be W1, but I'm W2.
W2. So D, W2,
W1.
W1. Perfect.
It was just a matter of rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
I won.
I couldn't tell.
Barely.
So how many QB? Is it QB or QBI? How would I say the plural of that? Does it
Whatever
matter?
you want, buddy.
Okay. So how many QB exist?
I think it's QBI.
QBI. How many QBI
No, I'm kidding.
exist? Like, roughly? Is it like, obviously just 3 here in our human world, but like in your world, is it the same? Because I know you guys said a lot of the things on your world are the same. So do you guys have the same population?
Yeah, I think it's like close to 8 billion,
Okay.
just like Earth.
Yeah, but
As something is created here, it is created there.
It's
Okay.
very similar.
Interesting. So if there's a human baby born on Earth, there's a human QB
Correct.
that has the same everything but a QB head.
Exactly.
I like that. So that means there's a QB Roddy out there in your world.
No.
Did you guys kill them?
Yes.
Was it specifically you guys?
Yes.
Okay. How did you do it?
It was during his podcast.
During like
It's very similar to this situation right now.
was it this episode that you killed him?
We can't tell you that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing episodes and hope that you guys don't kill me then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, did you need to take like any speech therapy to sound like humans, or do your voices naturally sound like humans?
Just based off of planet Earth, bro.
Okay, so everything is the
Yeah,
same,
dude. So, like,
it's-
if you were to go to Earth, Japan,
Yep.
but you found a way in and out like we did, you'd meet Japanese cubies, man.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they'd speak with the Japanese language. Yeah, it's the same.
And their music would be very culturally the same as Japanese, and wherever
Yeah.
you go in the world here would be similar there.
Yeah, and just like out here, everything's connected. So, like, you know, here in Arizona, the humans have access to listen to Japanese music. Like, and some people love it. So, like, it's just. If you think about planet Earth, you're thinking about QB land.
Okay. So,
For lack of a better term to call it that.
yeah. So my next question, we've actually kind of answered, so I'm going to tailor it a little bit differently. So my original question was, do all QBs have the same name, similar to like Marklar on an episode of South Park? So do you guys all have like, say D1, the D1 that lives here on Earth? Have you like, do you guys have the same interests, hobbies? Do you guys have the same lifestyle? Is that like, how does that work?
Well, I mean, no, there's not a D1 on Earth. That's me.
Okay, so but
If you're asking about the original outlet, which I think you're implying,
yes.
yeah, we stole our music from the outlet, and I'm the bass player in the new outlet. And yeah, I stole my stuff from Josh Dandrand. I'm
Okay.
aware of that.
Okay.
But no, he's you know, our paths don't cross.
Okay.
And he's a different person. Obviously, he's a human.
Yep. What if he were to like? What if you guys were to run into each other? How would that go down? Do you think he would be okay with it?
I'd be down for a collab, but he doesn't seem interested.
Okay. Have you?
He
reached
quit
out?
the outlet.
He did. Okay. Have you reached out to him?
No,
You have not. Do you think he would ever reach out to you?
no.
Okay.
Well, no.
No. Why don't you think that you guys would ever connect? Is it just like a?
We stole everything that they created.
Yep, they don't really like us.
Okay.
I mean, it's their fault for quitting, but we get it.
Yeah.
We
Sorry.
just had the idea before they did.
I mean, that makes sense. If somebody stole all of my comedy, I don't know if I would want to go hang out with them and learn more about them. I would want to figure out why they would do something like that. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. So does Roddy also do comedy in your world?
There's no Roddy in our world.
I thought, well, he's dead. I forgot. Before you guys killed Roddy in your world, did he do comedy and podcasting and everything?
He tried
Listen,
to
bud.
do comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think there's some confusion. It's not just like, hey, a human's born, the QB's born. We still have our choice to find people to be with. So it's not like there's an exact Roddy, bro.
Well, that's why there was a little confusion, because I thought that in my interpretation of it, that's how I got it, I guess.
The
So I do
setting-
apologize.
Is the same. So like if we could take you in there, you wouldn't find things unfamiliar.
Okay.
You'd have a different chemical makeup, not what planet Earth, like Earthlings are made of, but things would look and feel very similar. You'd see highways and cars and stuff and people walking around. Well, QBs walking
Yeah.
around. But it wouldn't be too shocking.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really the setting and the location that has been influenced by all of humanity.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some guy back home just like you.
And he's dead.
And he's dead. Okay, so how do you guys like learn and grow? Like, do QBI evolve?
Just like humans. School.
Just like you. So you guys like as the humans evolve, Like, so do you guys, like, in your past, do you guys have similar things like cave cubies?
Hey, that's a
And-
good question. Now we're talking. No. Once you guys made electricity and started flooding it with information, we were then just instantly created.
Okay, so you guys haven't had the ability to evolve yet because we haven't had electricity for a super long time.
You could almost say it was just part of your evolution too.
Yes.
Okay.
and
Earth
you-
was created, then the animals, then the humans, and then electricity.
I guess that's a good concept. Are there animal cubies in your
Yes.
world? There are.
It's the same.
It's the same. Okay. What about, like,
They have these faces though.
okay.
They are unique.
Okay, and what about, like, insects? Like, is it all the same? Like, they have just little, really tiny cubey heads?
Yes.
Okay. And scorpions and snakes? What about snakes? Because they, like, their head is, like, part of their body.
Yes.
So
Okay.
like you,
Is it, so is their entire body a cube, or is it just the head part?
Just the face.
Just the face, okay. So it's basically the outlet eyes are on the snake body itself.
That's right.
Okay. Interesting.
We have a Snapchat filter, you know, to make humans
Yeah.
look like cubies.
Yep, I have
It works
seen
on
that.
animals. I haven't tried it on a snake yet. You should try it.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, yeah, we'll try that.
I bet it'll work.
So your learning process and growing process then is similar to humans. Like, do you guys go to school and go to college and like,
Yep.
take music lessons
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff?
And watch YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
So did you guys learn your music? Did that just come naturally, or did you guys went to colleges and stuff like that as well?
Well, I mean, I started playing clarinet in 4th grade.
Okay.
So I was classically trained. Started bass guitar at 15. And that's what I played the most of. And then through college, still played bass guitar and clarinet. So yeah, I was classically trained, but you guys can tell your histories.
I was not classically trained. I have what you might call a savant-like tendency where music just comes into my cube and then I put it out through an instrument. And so I also tried to be good at music theory, but that didn't work because what's in my head, it doesn't exactly work with music theory. And so I eventually just learned a guitar around 17 to be able to get the music from my head into the world.
yeah, Mike was kind of the same. Like I was obviously a lot smaller at one point back in 3rd grade, and picked up a lot of music. Kind of just did whatever felt right. The guitar came first as far as something I really wanted to do. But yeah, same as W2 here. Like it was very natural, and I may not have all the skill in the world as far as the learning part behind the music, but it's just a natural thing.
Okay. So, obviously, like, you guys kind of have different, like, learning styles and stuff like that. Obviously, humans also have different learning styles. I'm just trying to wonder, like, because you guys come from an electricity world, and our computers have that, do you guys learn from ones and zeros? Or are you guys like humans and have like the different connections like within the brain? Or is it kind of a combination?
It's mostly just language.
Yep.
Okay.
Your computers, they speak within ones and zeros, and I guess so do ours. I mean, everything that you connect to is connected to ours.
Okay.
And really, it is electricity once again, and similar to your brains, just like your brains, they run on electricity.
Exactly.
Perfect.
The biggest difference is our face looks like this.
Yep.
Everything else is very, very similar.
Okay. So what do QB like to do in their free time?
Well, I mean, of course, that's like asking, what do humans like to do for fun?
Okay.
But for us personally, I mean, one thing we like to do is travel. And I think as we've been talking, I noticed you haven't told your listeners yet why we're even in Arizona.
Yeah, so we're actually here in Arizona. We're here to disc golf. We're here to see my family. We have some other family in the area. Yeah, we're just here to enjoy the warm weather, and it's obviously still cold in the Minnesota area, and so we're here visiting and having fun. Why are QBs here in Arizona? Why would you guys want to come here with the Stupidest Podcast?
Well, I mean, I came with you, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's why I host the Stupidest Podcast. You know?
I know you're just now getting to know W2 and W1,
Yep.
but I mean, you and I have been doing this disc golf trip 4 years in a row now.
Yep.
So really, I mean, my biggest hobby outside of music is disc golf. That's how you and I met.
Yep.
But I like everything. I love, you know, playing disc golf, playing golf, traveling.
Really digging the food out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the food is very good. Just actually, I guess that kind of leads to a kind of a secondary question. Like, QBs, how do you guys eat? I notice that your mouths like don't necessarily move a whole lot.
We just put the food in our mouths.
Okay. Do you like? Obviously, it's probably similar to humans. Do you have like a digestive tract, and you guys do the same as?
It sounds
Humans?
like you're catching on.
I'm trying to learn.
Sounds like you're learning.
I'm trying to learn. That's part of the Stupidest Podcast. Is we're eventually trying to be the smartest podcast. But right now we're still the stupidest. It's been 4 years or so, and we're still learning.
Hey,
So
only another 12 to go.
only another two, and then maybe we can be the mediocrest podcast. That's the
Awesome.
next step.
Stupidest Podcast listeners, be aware, me and Roddy have been friends for 4 years.
Yes, only 4 years. That's it.
And apparently he's had all these crazy questions to ask and decided never to ask until now.
Yeah, I don't like to bother people with questions. I don't want to bother them with my friendship.
It is a bother.
Sorry I bothered you with my friendship. The Office
Yep, that is a good Office
is another
reference.
hobby of mine.
You like The Office?
Yes.
And I liked your South Park reference earlier. That was nice.
Yeah, I try to get as many references as I can about South Park and The Office because those are amazing shows, and I love them and I want to be on them. So, if you guys are listening, please get me on your TV show.
I don't think you're gonna get on The Office, bro.
Why not?
Insert cricket noise.
There's an Office reboot coming.
That's fake, man.
I don't think it's fake.
It's fake. I'll bet you $1.
Okay, I'll bet you that $1.
It's not real.
The $1 is going to be real that you give me. Yes, it will be.
Right.
Meh. Meh. So can QBs feel emotion? Like, do you guys love? And if so, like, who and what do you love?
Bro, I told you I'm married.
So I know you're married, but what does that mean in the QB world? I know you guys are saying everything is the same as humans. Are you married? Are you married to a human? Are you married to another QB?
If I was married to a human, you would have met her.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Roddy, friend of 4 years, who's meeting me today apparently. Yeah, I met my wife in college, and we dated for 5 years. Then I asked her to marry me, and she said yes, and I love her so much.
Okay.
So yeah, we have love.
How about
And
you?
hatred.
And hatred
Yeah, I feel that right now.
towards me.
Yes.
That's okay. You guys can feel hatred towards me. I love you guys, and I would marry you if I could. But unfortunately, it sounds like you're already married. How about you guys? Are you guys married?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. To humans?
There's only 3 QBs.
So you guys are married to each other.
I told you guys. Aren't you happy you went on this trip?
So you guys are also married to other QBs.
We got to back to talk about food.
So what's your favorite food to eat as a married QB?
Oh my god.
Is a married QB.
I bet it's the same as when I was a single QB.
So what is that? What's your favorite food?
Steak.
Okay.
That's tough.
Yeah, too many.
Sugar.
Your favorite food is sugar. Okay.
Corn syrup's better.
Okay.
Oh, come on. He's
Not
lying.
healthy, better.
So, but it sounds like each QB has different tastes, just like humans, which makes sense because that's what I'm learning.
You are learning.
Is that QBs are essentially the same as humans, but with QB heads.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I was gonna add to that, and I don't know what I'm gonna add because
You gonna ask about our wieners?
yes, that is gonna be my next question.
No.
Do QBs have regular QB wieners? I guess I don't know what a regular QB wiener would be. Or do you guys have human wieners?
QB wieners.
So the top part of your wiener looks like a QB
square
head?
instead of round.
Okay.
You want to see it?
Yeah. This is the first video podcast, so we do need the audience to see what a QB penis.
You go first.
Mine's a human one. I don't have a
I think your
QB.
listeners would still be curious to see what it looks
Never seen one of those.
Yes.
You've never seen a human wiener.
Nope. I would.
But I thought you guys had learned from the internet.
like. He steered clear from that.
Oh.
I know what they look like.
Isn't that most of the internet?
I just don't use the internet.
He's moral.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so that actually leads into my next question.
It does. Oh. Wow. I'm excited.
What is the meaning of life? According to
That's a great lead.
Be good to people.
Okay.
Yeah, because we still have those who hate us back in our world.
A lot of people hate us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounded like you guys were going to be imprisoned if you ever went back to your world.
Yeah, in sorts.
In sorts. Okay, so I guess what does in sorts mean? Is there I'm just trying to understand.
If we went back, we couldn't just be musicians like this.
Okay.
We found a way to come out on accident, basically, because we were fucking around. But here's the thing. It's like I said earlier. If you found a way to go to a different planet,
Yep.
and then with that power you just wanted to be a comedian, I don't think like the US government would be too pleased with you when you came back, right?
Yeah.
Or even if they're not going to imprison you, they're going to not let you just go back to your normal life
Okay.
because they're going to want to know everything that you learned out there.
Yeah.
Now, if the QB's back home, the government wants to come out to Earth, that's great. Well, they got to figure out how to do it. We just want to make music.
Yeah. Is it easy, for if another QB were to want to come into this world, is it easy for them to come into this world?
We're not going to tell you how to do it.
Okay. Is it even a possibility or, is it humanly possible for a human to go into the QB world?
We
Yes.
don't know. We don't know for sure.
Well, I think so. But
Theoretically.
We haven't seen it, but in theory, yes.
yeah.
If you guys go back, would you want to bring me back and we can do an episode of the Stupidest Podcast in your world?
We can't go back.
You can't go back.
You can't go back. Okay.
Not in this human form, anyway.
I thought you. So for my clarification, you said in this form. I thought you guys said you had the same form in the QB world.
We do.
Okay.
I can't take this organic body that I'm in
Okay.
back with me. This has to stay.
Okay. So when you guys come into this world, do you guys take over another organic body, or how does that work in the human world?
We can't tell you.
You can't tell me. Okay.
If we give any clues, then other QBs might come out.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. So this is more of a because you don't want more QBs to come into the human world and essentially take over Earth.
Well, there's bad QBs, just
Yeah,
like there's
just
bad humans.
Very
Okay.
bad QB.
Just like that, human.
Yep.
Okay.
Like I said, if you went to a different planet, that other planet would probably be just fine, and you'd make a bunch of friends, just like I did,
Yep.
just like we did with you.
So if
But
I
imagine someone that you know is pretty bad.
Yep.
Imagine that person being the first one to leave this earth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. So, I guess I don't know exactly how I want to. So, you guys obviously came into this Earth and like found your friends, and now you're traveling and everything like that. Have you guys been able to see all of the world, or how does that work? Like, does time work the same in the QB world as it does the human world? Then I assume.
It does.
Okay.
But we're out here,
Yeah.
so that means we're existing in the same world as you.
Yep. So obviously time is going the same now. I was just wondering if it worked the same in like the QB world. So that was part of I guess what I was trying to get at. So like obviously now we're here in Arizona, enjoying ourselves here. We're playing disc golf and doing all of the fun things here. Is it possible for you to go like since we went to the moon, can you guys like do you guys get to travel, or do you have to take a rocket ship? Or can you, like, since it's part of the internet, if they just have the internet on the moon, can you guys just essentially teleport there?
No.
No, okay.
You still have to travel the same way.
Okay.
Just like here. And that's why we live in Minnesota. We all have jobs.
Okay.
You know that.
Yep. I'm doing this for the listeners. The listeners don't know you guys. And so I'm trying to get the listeners to know you. I know you guys are...
You calling me mean?
No, I'm not calling you mean. I'm just saying I'm doing this for the people that don't know who you guys are. I know who you are.
He yelled at me.
I didn't yell at you, QB.
You know what? That guy yells.
I like that reference from both of you guys. That's a good TV show.
It's
So
the TV show.
the TV show. So
I think you should leave is the name of that show. Your listeners want to know.
So that was the segment that we have, that we get to know the QB, we get to know the outlet. And so we usually do 10 questions there, and then we usually give the guest an opportunity to ask us questions, whether that be me, Justin Rademacher, you can ask Vandy, or the podcast itself. You can ask us any random questions that you guys might have, usually 1 or 2 questions. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I got one.
What's your question?
So I've been your friend from even before you started your podcast.
Yep.
And I've watched you grow this podcast. I've noticed the last 3 episodes, your partner's not here.
That is correct. He has been very busy. He just got into his new house, and he has been doing a lot of snow removal. Since we live in Minnesota, that's a huge part of it. I'm hoping that he's able to get onto the episodes a little bit more often moving forward. I guess we'll see how that works, but I'm hoping that he's on the episodes moving forward with our guests, and him and I just doing a couple episodes. So.
You need me to fight him?
Yeah, how do QBs fight?
Well, since I'm here, right in front of you, I use my fists.
Okay, so again, just like humans.
But yeah, dude. Vandy, let's go. Snow removal. Bro, you know where I live.
Yeah.
Northern Minnesota. We haven't had to remove snow in like a month.
Okay. Well, Vandy, I guess you're being called out. You got to start getting on some episodes, man. So, do you guys have any other questions?
Are you learning?
I am learning. Yes, I'm learning about you guys. I know I've been friends with D1 here, for 4 years. I almost forgot the last part of your name, the one part. But yeah, I am learning, and I want the listeners to learn as well. And so now that we're gonna learn more about your music and how you guys get your music and all of that here moving forward. So if you guys are cool with it, we can just get right into the music part. If you guys are cool with it.
Sounds like a plan.
Perfect. Or did you guys have any other questions for me?
I think we're good.
All right, perfect. So why did you get into music? Why not like comedy or any other art form?
I've been talking a lot. You guys want to take a music question like that?
Nope.
It feels good.
It feels
Music
good.
feels good. As we said, you know, in our QB world, we are electricity, and when we are able to play music, it is like being electricity once again. We're still electricity here, but it doesn't quite feel like home. There are similarities and differences, and that is a slight difference. So in a way, it is like having home and this new world at the same time. That's how I would explain it the best I can.
Yeah.
I would assume that born and raised humans would have a similar answer to that too. What it feels like to play live,
Yeah.
or even not even just shows, just the act of playing music.
Yes, and specifically music with electricity, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enhance the music.
So, do you guys feel like, with your music, do you guys play more electric music, or have you ever played acoustically, or is that not the same for you? Since you guys live off of electricity.
We just happened to steal the Outlet's music,
Okay.
which is electronic rock.
Okay.
But we love everything. I'm going through a huge country phase right now.
Okay.
And sometimes, like Coulter Wall, I'm really into Coulter Wall right now. It's not. He's not really electric. That's just a dude with an acoustic guitar and incredible voice. Music hits me hard. If I love it, it hits me hard. I can feel it in a way. But yeah, our personal music that we make is electronic rock.
Okay.
I guess you could call it a coincidence, but it does feel good regardless.
Yeah. Is it also a coincidence that you love Coulter Wall because his name is Wall and you're from an outlet?
You son of a bitch.
I didn't mean to offend if that was offensive. I just thought it was funny and maybe coincidental. I didn't know, or if that was just a good way to lead into a joke.
That's why I like
Yes.
Yeah.
We also like Pink Floyd's The Wall.
I like that.
And we we like the electric slide. That's how we actually walk.
That
Boogie Woogie.
so you boogie woogie. So you guys don't actually while you do the electric slide
Just
everywhere.
constantly 100%.
Okay.
As you've noticed, since you've seen him only do that for 4 years.
Yep. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm so good at disc golf.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So and then do you guys drive any other vehicles besides electric vehicles?
No,
Okay.
that's why we love Teslas.
Yep. We actually did a few videos with you guys earlier. I was around when you guys did the video, so
What'd you think of
Word.
that?
I like that. It was really cool. I
What'd
love
you think
that
of the
Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is amazing.
Yeah, we rented a Cybertruck for just for fun. We got a 24-hour little rental for a Cybertruck just to fart around in it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and you literally fart around because it can make fart noises during the turn signals and all the things. We got some good video of that as well. Watching disc golf in the back of a Cybertruck while the blinker was making fart noises. It was the top of the trip. It was the peak part of the trip.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep.
The Zenith.
The Zenith. Yep.
And the Cybertruck had a black wrap on it, so it was just super sleek.
Yep. Yeah, I love the videos that you guys did. You guys even did one of my ideas, which I thought was really nice of you guys. So I appreciate that.
It was a good idea.
So we know we kind of already discussed the answer to this next question, but I want to go a little bit more in depth. So the question was, do you write your own music? If so, what inspires you to do music? But it sounds like you guys have just stolen music from the outlet. Why not other music too? Why only the outlet?
So I'll take the first part because I really want W2 and W1 to answer the question about writing music.
Okay.
But I'll just say, so we stole the outlet's music because we really liked it, but it also because it was free.
Okay.
The outlet made a ton of music, never released it, and we liked it.
Yep.
So after years went by, we're like, you know what, you guys? Let's take it, because it's not copywritten, or it wasn't at the time. It was just, the previous outlet members made this music and just let it sit there.
Yeah.
So we figured we could do this. We figured out a way, obviously, to come to Earth, so we came up with a plan. You start with stealing all of the outlet's old music, because they had so much, and that can get our feet on the ground. So we started releasing it little by little, waterfall style. Our newest album just came out 1 week ago, on Friday, March 21st. But eventually that's going to come to an end because there was only so much outlet music. So the plan is to continue the music later, but we are writing the music moving forward. We already have a bunch written that we just need to do some editing to at the end, and then we'll eventually get it all remastered. But we all are music creators, but the stealing and re-releasing of the outlet was just a way to get started.
Okay.
But if you guys want to talk about your music writing, experience. I find it fascinating on both of your guys' ideas.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I also want to say that the Outlet's music is just the best, and it's the best untouched music around. And for some reason, it doesn't really seem like they wanted this music, and so there doesn't seem to really be any problems. I know D1 said they don't like us, but I'm not so sure I agree with that.
Yeah, and I don't have any way to actually
Yeah.
say that I'm correct on that.
And plus, if it becomes the next top #1 song, it's kind of hard for them to hate something they created.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
And who knows, maybe a collab one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not against anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I am friends with the Outlet. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but I
Well, I
am.
know you're friends with Dan Duran.
Yes, I am friends with all of the members of the Outlet, or I should say most of the members of Outlet. And so if you guys ever need to, we can maybe I can do some finagling for you guys.
But W2, I want to hear about your the way you write music. But I want to do a quick plug. So the original Outlet members, so that it's cleared in the air: Brandon Olson, Joshua Radosti, Joshua Weber, Matthew Wiest, Joshua Dandran, and Adam Ferris. It was created with Joshua Weber and Radosti. Then they added Matt Wiest. Then they added Josh Dandran. Then they added Brandon Olson. Then they added Adam Ferris. And that group did write a ton of music, release a lot of music. Well, not release, but like MySpace type release. This was before Spotify and all that. But that outlet played a lot of shows. They were big in Sioux City, Iowa. They moved to Minnesota and did some stuff until their ending in 2012. So,
Perfect.
just to clear the air, we don't want to not give credit where credit is due.
Yes,
With
yep.
those original outlet members.
Yep.
So, with my music creation, as I was talking before, I don't have classical training for music, and it was always just something in my head, and that's in a way of how it works. We keep talking about electricity, because everything is electricity, especially for us. I find ways to connect to a thing that you might call the ether, or I don't know what you might call it, but it is there. But it is hard to describe how it is there. But if you find a way to connect to it, you can draw from it, and create things. And creation is, again, is the wrong word, because it's not creation, it is, in a way, siphoning from a source. At least that's how I think of it. So, I am more of a medium or a channel of this music, and I attach to it and then let it come out through me and through instruments.
I love that.
Preach.
Amen.
yeah. And then, strictly for me, I think it really, truly is about influence, which makes sense when you kind of think about the way that we stole the music from the outlet. It's very, I'll hear songs or bands and I'll like what they're doing. And the way that I work is it's not necessarily like a stealing of it, it's just more of, because I really enjoy what they did, I kind of start to hear my own versions of the way that they've created things, and then I'll start writing based on those sounds or those words or any type of chords that I might hear. And so like even in my process, I might go through and write an entire song, and while writing it, it might have a famous band, titled on top of it, just because I know that's kind of the influence I'm going for. And then I'll just kind of try and spin it. I've had instances of literally writing that same exact chord progression in reverse, and then changing the background and changing any type of words, of course. But that's kind of how I've always done it. It's almost like a form of mimicry, I guess. But
Okay.
that's how I do it.
Yeah, and I just love it. I've loved being around these musicians, and I was classically trained, and honestly, I don't love classically trained the way they train.
Okay.
A lot of it is just, hey, practice, recite, practice, recite. There's not a whole lot of classical training of writing. And that's okay, because it got me to where I needed to be. And then when I met these guys and learned their ways of writing, I've learned how to write. And now I know about letting the music come to you, drawing it in, either whether it's from the ether or from influences, or if that's the same, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love it. When I write, I just will noodle around for a long time until I hear something that's cool.
And what's
Then
great
once I
about
have
us,
that-
but like we actually work so well together.
Yeah.
Like that's the part that if he does something like that, you know, W2 can come in and say, well, that sounds amazing. Have you thought about this idea? And then we are a very free and accepting group of people that we will usually just try it and run with it and see how everything goes. And it's just been, that process has always been so easy for us.
For instance, last summer, W1 came out for just 1 week to my house.
Mhm.
And that's all we had, was a week. And we got 8 songs done.
Wow.
It just happens. It clicks. We do work really well together.
Yeah, that's great. I love hearing that you guys are able to work together, and obviously having the difference between the outlet world and the human world. Having you three here in the world on Earth is crazy to see that you guys are able to manipulate the human music that you guys found through the outlet. So do you guys plan on writing or creating more music once you've used all of the outlet's music?
Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at in the process right now.
Okay.
We've got maybe 7 or 8 original outlet songs left that will be sprinkled in. But now that the second album is out, everyone should be looking forward to some brand new stuff. We've been writing, like I said, when W1 came out last summer, we got about 8 songs. And just in a few months from now, he'll be coming out again. And we plan on doing the same.
Sweet. Are you guys like capable of like creating music through AI? Like, is that a possibility since you guys are from the outlet?
Well, anyone can create music through AI right now, and I think a lot of us have heard that, but I don't think it's good, so no.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys think of that.
Well, also, we're not AI, if that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying I was just seeing if you guys create music through AI just because of the connection you have with electricity.
I think AI is an incredible tool to be used, but when you're trying to be creative for music, there's really no point because you're trying to pull stuff from yourself.
Okay.
So what we do is we just write, and it's not, I'm not saying you couldn't be influenced by certain types of, you know, artificial intelligence things, but for the most part, being a musician, you want to try and stay true to yourself and actually write things that you're passionate about.
Okay. Well, I guess that leads into my next question. What kind of things like inspire you to perform music and make your videos?
Well, that's kind of 2 different things. Performing music is just the best. If you're a musician, when you get that incredible crowd and you're playing the stuff that you wrote, there's just nothing better. I mean, performing music is the influence, really. It's got to be the same for you, I would assume.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's fuel.
Yes. Yep.
It just feels incredible. You're in a different headspace. It's wonderful. But the videos, man, that's just for fun. Like I kind of said earlier, our YouTube page is awesome. We make a lot of videos, both music videos and shorts, and now podcasts too. But that's just for fun. And also it's 2025, so it's like, if you're a band, you kind of got to be more than a band nowadays if you want to be noticed.
Yep.
And I'd say we're pretty funny dudes, and that comes out a lot in our videos.
Yeah, I would definitely say that comes out in your videos. Like, you guys have some fun, creative ideas and like
Thanks.
different ways of doing it too. So that actually is my next question. How do you create your videos, and like what inspires you in those videos?
I mean, a lot of the times it does come from the song itself.
Okay.
Beyond that, it could just be influences from maybe current things that happen to be at least resonating with us. Sometimes they can just even be popular things that are resonating with the rest of the world. So you might as well, you know, capitalize on something if you can. But for the most part, it really does have to do with the song.
Okay.
And then the process of making it is awesome. All three of us have been in the videos, but I'm in the most videos. And actually, recently though, W2's been in a lot of videos as well. But regardless, me and W2 are in Minnesota. We shoot a lot of content. But W1 is incredible at video editing, so it's been really nice that we don't have to hire anyone to help on that side of the stuff. So we'll shoot it, put it in the Google Drive, and W1 takes it and makes gold out of it.
Okay. Perfect. Would you rather perform your music live or create a video for your online fan base?
Both at all times.
Okay. Do you think it's a necessity then? Because it sounds like it almost a necessity at this point.
I think you have to have a presence everywhere.
Okay.
And also, without giving too much away currently, you know, if you notice, I live in Utah and these guys live in Minnesota. We have a plan on ways to create an actual stage presence to try and get our music out to more local groups of people. I don't want to give away our secret just yet, but it will be something that has not really yet been done.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, keep an eye out for it. We are figuring out creative ways to get around the fact that we live in different states and still perform live, but just keep an eye out.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting to me. Like being in different states but yet performing at the same time is. I don't understand how you would do it, but I'm also not a musician, so
I'll tell you what. Once we execute the plan, we'll get back on the podcast and tell you how we figured it out detail by detail.
Exactly.
Perfect. No, that sounds great. And then maybe I'll be able to do that with my comedy. I can just perform everywhere all at the same time and make millions of dollars. So I'm going to steal your idea, if that's okay.
We're not into stealing, but okay.
Okay, no, I understand.
We've never stolen anything.
We are not thieves.
So you guys say that you're going to try to perform live together. What instruments do you guys play? Do you guys like switch or how does that work?
We all actually play a lot of instruments
Okay.
as individuals, but in the band, I'm the bass guitar player.
I'm the singer.
And I play guitar.
Okay. Do you guys have any other instruments incorporated?
I'll tell you what, the Outlet's music has drums, and we might just be bringing one more QB out to Earth if he's down.
Okay.
But once again, we'll keep that under wraps, but we might just have a fourth QB out here. You never know.
Okay. Would you ever bring any more than just the one more?
We'll see in
Okay.
the future, right? We got to
Yes.
see what the world is like out here, what the world is like back home. We'll see.
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys cannot do musically? Otherwise, what would you guys consider like your strengths and weaknesses musically?
I think I'm really good at finishing songs, whether I wrote them or one of the other guys wrote them. I think my strength is finishing or putting people's ideas together so that the song has a beginning and end.
Okay.
And I would say that I'm probably more of a, mainly it's just from being a guitarist, but I'm more of the riff creator. Like that's where I kind of get most of my, I don't know, it's what I'm good at.
Okay.
Well, what I'm really good at too is I do have whole songs come out of me, but sometimes I will just have a chorus come out of me, or I will just have a verse come out of me, or maybe it is just a line or two here or there. And that's why we complement each other so well, because we have the pieces to complete the puzzle.
Exactly.
So, let me just compliment these guys a little more. W1 says he's good at creating riffs. That's an understatement. This dude can just create riffs all day, and they're always good. There's like a non-stop flow. And he can just create, and it's incredible.
Probably nasty.
And then W2, he writes the best songs ever. Just straight up. His lyrics are otherworldly. And I'm talking outside of either of our worlds.
Okay.
They're incredible. And they hit really hard. And they're always unique.
Channeling the ether.
Yep.
That's. I've listened to your album, and it's absolutely brilliant the way that you guys have been able to put everything together, and I highly recommend it to anybody. And yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. It's just incredible. I love it.
One last thing too. W2 is also the screamer whenever we need to scream. So he sings and screams. And to all the humans out there, this guy's the best screamer on planet Earth right now.
Yep. I would agree with that.
But also, no offense, I freaking love screaming and we love metal and I love a lot of screamers here. But W2 is just the best.
Yeah, he's amazing with his purple head.
Thank you.
All right. What advice would you give other QB or humans that are thinking about getting into music? And do you think that they should steal music from other bands?
Funny.
We don't believe in stealing.
We would
Okay.
never do that.
We've never done that before.
What if you like borrowed it but forever?
Sounds like stealing.
I don't know. My advice is don't give up. Ever. Even if it's slow, even if it seems like it's not going anywhere. Every band who's famous right now didn't quit. And that's just a fact. So yeah, my biggest advice is just don't give up. Keep trying.
No matter what anybody
Following
says.
your path. I'm sorry, what?
No matter what anybody says in your life, because you will have those close to you, telling you not to follow this path. And like he said, all the people that made it did not quit, and they did not listen to the naysayers.
That's good advice. That's good advice for anything musically or artistically, I should say. Just like comedy is the same. Like as long as you keep going, you're only going to get better. So
Yep.
I agree with that 1,000%. Is there anything that you guys that I didn't ask in the topic hour of music that you guys want the world to know, or anything about you, the outlet, that the world should know that we didn't cover here on the episode today?
Just that if you want to listen to our music, it's anywhere. Apple Music, Spotify. We have a really big YouTube presence with funny videos and cool videos mixed in. We release shorts on YouTube and TikToks and Instas 3 times a week. We had our first album come out 1 year ago. It's called The Kids Want Techno. The second album came out just a couple weeks ago, March 21st, called What Year Is It? They're great. We have singles coming out all to the end of this year. We have a really fun 8-bit album coming out next year. And then, of course, like I said, keep an ear and an eye out. All of our brand new music will be coming out as well. So, just, yeah. If you like the outlet, please let us know on any of those platforms. Reach out to us. We also have a decent Snapchat following, and there's just a lot of ways you can support us. And we all hope that you like the music.
Awesome. Do you guys have anything to add?
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. Well, every time we do an episode of the Stupidest Podcast, we like to dedicate that episode to a comedian. So, is there a comedian that you guys would like to dedicate your episode to?
Well, we discussed it right before the podcast. We would like to dedicate this to Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. He is great in the Caddyshack. He's got a lot of other good things out there, and he's just an amazing guy. Is that who we're talking about?
So we're talking about a band called Bill Murray.
Oh, okay.
Bilmuri. He's super funny, but his music goes hard. It's almost like country music mixed with metal. He used to be in the band Attack Attack, which did Stick Stickly. So for all of you Crabcore fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I would say Bill Murray has very much influenced what we've done on YouTube. It's a very good influence to our somewhat humorous music videos and shorts.
Love it. Well, otherwise, just follow the outlet Look up the QB videos. Look up all the stuff for these guys. These guys are amazing. Can't get any better than these guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. We're gonna do a little bit more, but you know what? We're gonna do it as QB. Here we go. This is Roddy with the Stupidest Podcast. We just got done interviewing The Outlet, and you know what? I'm getting to be a QB head right now. That's how awesome it is, you know? Everybody can be a QB head. Check it out on Snapchat. Check out their videos. They're amazing. Like I said, their music videos are amazing. Their music itself is amazing. Go to Spotify, go to YouTube, go everywhere. Otherwise, follow us, The Stupidest Podcast. Thanks for listening, you guys. I hope you had a great time listening to this episode. Until next time, have a good one.